Hello and welcome to Rebirth. If you're watching this, you're most likely new and wondering, how the hell do I get started? Hopefully, by watching this video, you'll get a good grasp of the server as well as good information on how to progress quickly and just enjoy it overall. So you've probably already done the tutorial, so I'm not going to show it off for you. I'm going to speed through that real quick and then I'll get straight into the information. Okay, as soon as you finish the tutorial, you're going to be asked to pick your game mode. I picked normal. And then this interface is going to pop up. You get to pick a starting set. It all starts at tier 1, but it's upgradable to best in slot as you grind through the game if you choose to do so. You can also pick your patron. There's a range patron, mage, and melee. These all give bonuses as you're PVMing. For mage example, 2% mage attack bonus and a 5% bonus critical chance. So for this one, we're going to go with mage, and we're going to pick hard XP mode. With hard, you get a bonus, damage percentage, and also bonus drop rate. So who doesn't love free stuff? Here's the set. With the sets, you can pick whichever one is most appealing to you. This one, I just picked a random one and went with it. Here is the guide to upgrade your gear set at. So right at home next to the altars, you just throw it in there. And this one, for example, costs 15,000 coins. So click it and you wait, boom, success. It's now tier 2. You can do that all the way up to tier 30. Before you go anywhere, make sure you type : refer and obviously click my name. With this box, you'll get a chronicle weapon box. With it, you can get a sword, a staff, or a bow. I'm going to go staff because I picked mage. And with it, right click examine, you will see it has 1,000 hits. As soon as you hit that 1,000 hit threshold, it disappears. So hopefully with this guide, you will be well set up before it breaks and are able to continue your grind. In the tutorial, you all got a fairy wand. You summon it, look at here. It has an XP bar. With each level, you gain a damage boost percentage increase as well as a drop rate increase. By how to level it, super easy, but it's just time consuming. While you have it summoned, all you have to do is kill NPCs throughout the game, and there's a chance for the percentage bar to go up. See these 3 little slots here? Future content, but there are going to be perks you can add to it for amazing bonuses. Also, a lot of people look over the perk manager. With here, you have offensive perks, defensive perks, and utility perks, all of which you can buy from the shop, get from random goodie boxes or mystery boxes, or even from global bosses. Each perk has its own little bonus. See the mark target perk. You mark your target for double damage, or a chance to mark your target for double damage, which is super helpful in raids, killing globals, and just any NPC with a extreme amount of health. Next, we're going to move over to the knowledge area. A big mistake a lot of new players make is upgrading this beginner modifier. If I were you, I would just fucking straight dismantle that. Well, you can't dismantle it. Drop it, get rid of it, bank it, whatever you want to do. Right click the knowledge shooter, open the store, get one of these 3 modifiers, either the crit modifier, the luck modifier, or the power modifier. I'm going to go with crit. And when you get it, you're able to upgrade them via : modifiers. Or if you just so happen to be in the knowledge area, click this little orb on the podium and just throw it in. You'll need, for level 1 to 2, you will need 1,000 knowledge gems for a 100% chance, and it scales per tier afterwards. I'll throw up every requirement on screen as I'm editing, but I just don't know them off the top of my head. Next, we're going to move over to the blood pool. In order to progress through these zones, you need X amount of blood sacrifices and X amount of slayer tasks. So since you start off with the tier 11 weapon, you can go over to the blood pool, open those boxes I just did, and just sacrifice all of these. You get blood shards each sacrifice, and as the tiers go up on the weapons or armor pieces that you're sacrificing, the more blood shards you will get. There's also a blood shard shop, where the main focus that you want to shoot for first is getting a damage orb. Each orb for melee, magic, or range gives 25% damage boost for that specific style. And if you go over here, if you get all 3 orbs, you can upgrade them to the Tribrid Godly Orb, which gives 30% damage boost for all 3 styles, so you don't have to worry about which orb you have, which orb you don't. Alright, we're moving on to Slayer. We're going to get a task, normal, easy. So we got Q, werewolves. So to get to this specific task, you're going to click this little podium right here with the book on it. Pick this, the Q catacomb, and to teleport there, there's these purple squiggly right here. Click that, and it will take you to the dungeon. You're just going to run through here, look for your task, and kill it. The best part about this staff is you can basically one-hit every beginner task you get. My recommendation would be doing 5 Slayer tasks right off the rip and going straight into tier 6 or tier 7, whichever one you feel more comfortable killing and grinding for a little bit, and just getting their gear set so you have a fallback plan for when the staff does break. Or you can just stick to Slayer. Slayer is a good source of these gems. Each task rewards you with X amount, and you also get quite frequent drops while killing them. And you get that little modifier you bought from the knowledge tutor and get that upgraded real quick. I forgot to mention earlier, with the knowledge, it is leveled up as you PVM. The best source of XP for it, in my opinion, is probably going to be a boss Slayer, which requires 95 Slayer and a decent little setup because they have 20 mil or more HP, which as you go throughout the game, it seems like a lot starting off, but as you go farther on, it's not that bad at all. But say you do your Slayer tasks and want to start doing the progression zones. As you see here, there's a progression log for each zone that you do, and you don't have to complete it to move on to the next zone, but it does give good little bonuses. It gives X amount of bonds, knowledge, and protection gems, as well as 2 to 3% drop rate increase per completion. It adds up because, as you can see, there are quite a bit of zones to do. It's pretty time consuming. People get burnt out real quick just because they don't understand the fact that you don't have to complete it to move on. But just do it at your own pace. Enjoy the game. There's a lot of stuff to do, and I can assure you these zones and rewards will be there for you when you go back to them. We've ventured on over to : event, and here we can spawn event John. With this, his drop table varies per damage output, but this is one of the best ways to get bonds, goodie boxes, and even perk points as your gear score gets higher. As I mentioned earlier, perks are a major part of this game, and although people do buy them for a lot of coins, they're very worth keeping and getting your own perks leveled up. That way, faster kills, more drops, more chances at perk points themselves. Okay, we are now at the shops area. We're going to be checking out the PVM point shop. The first thing you should absolutely buy is this infinite overload potion. It gives you a pretty decent damage boost while your account's logged in, and the only time you have to re-drink it is when you relog. So we're going to click it real quick. See, damage is boosted by 30%. Fact check that, and boom. Originally it was 22. This stays until you log out. Don't mind this little timer. It's just a visual bug. Before I go any further in this guide, I cannot stress this enough. Keep an eye on your gear score. Gear score is the key to efficient grinding as well as moving through the zones. For example, say going to the tier 12 Death Reaper, you need 640 gear score. You click it, it says your gear score is below the recommended gear score. Be careful. Yeah, because when you go there, your damage is going to be cut in half, and odds are when they land a hit, they're going to one-hit you. So say someone gives you a tier 21 weapon. You're like, oh, okay, I'll be able to do whatever with that. No, you're wrong. It brings you up to 380 gear score with your starter set. And so with that, keep in mind, just because you have a good weapon doesn't necessarily mean you're going to thrive. You need the armor behind it to raise the gear score to get to those further zones, to efficiently grind them. Now that that's out of the way, I'm just gonna re-go over Slayer real quick because the boss Slayer is honestly one of the best money makers in game. So it says get a task boss Slayer. Go over to the lectern over here. You can either kill the Kraken, Unchained Skeleton, or the Mechanist. Each of these drop about 1 mil cash per kill and give a great amount of knowledge XP as well as Slayer XP if you're trying to get just a quick 99. So once you hit that 95 level threshold, definitely look into Boss Slayer if you want to make some quick cash. After you feel you've done enough Slayer tasks, after you got the blood sacrifices, it's just time to grind. Go to the zone that you can efficiently kill with this staff you started off with, or hell, if someone even gave you a good little starter set to go for, just use that, use it to the best of your ability, and just go through the zones. This server has a lot of content to go over. There's going to be a mid-tier guide and also an how to get the end game guide as well, coming super soon. I just needed to get this out there because I felt like it was something that has been left unanswered for the longest time. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this guide. I hope it was beneficial for those of you who are just now starting out. And yeah, Rebirth, it's growing quick. It's something we all love to see. The average player count's going up, and it's amazing. When we were making this server, it's met and fucking exceeded our expectation. If you have any questions or just have anything you want to add down below that I missed, feel free to comment it. And yeah, I hope you all have a great grind on Rebirth.